I'm in the car. It's Sunday, fun day. I'm off to a castle, a food fair, but I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things. Domestic violence, violence in general, stuff like that, just have a chat because domestic violence is hit pretty close to home to me recently in the last week or so, and not me personally, but very, very extremely close to home. So, a loved one, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it because I don't think domestic violence is something that needs to be hidden. It needs to be talked about and addressed. And maybe good could come out of this video. And then maybe we just get into conversation about what's taking place in America recently about, there was a mass shooting. So I just wanted to share my thoughts on that. Kind of tell you, I'm not going to name the names of this domestic violence, but when I tell you it's close to home, I mean it's really close to home. So, just to say I lived with the person growing up. So let me tell you how close it is. And it's not cool. It's not okay. And I would say that anybody that sees this video who's in an abusive relationship, make sure that you seek help immediately. I think I've just gone the wrong way. Make sure you seek help immediately and get counseling. But I want to talk to you what happened. And I don't want to say I sympathize, but I usually don't get involved in other people's relationships. And I called the person who did who put their hands on somebody, and I talked to that person. And I didn't talk to them yelling, screaming, fire and brimstone. And I just talked to them like I'm talking now, just calm, collective, because we all have moments. Hey Carly, how we doing? We all have moments in a relationship. They tough, especially if you're trying to live with somebody, raise kids together. They tough. And you're gonna have arguments. Everybody's gonna have disagreements. I said, you best believe the queen and her husband had disagreements, had fights. Let's believe that. Best believe that. That happens in any relationship. You're gonna have disagreements, but they should never turn violent. You should never put your hands on anybody. And if you are in a situation like that, don't think you're alone. Seek help, talk with somebody and escape that situation. Because my family, we've dealt with domestic violence historically, in the sense that, my auntie was murdered by my uncle, essentially. My uncle hired a hitman and had my auntie, had her head blown off with a shotgun, point blank to her head. So in my family, it's a serious thing. When it hit the fan the other day, I talked to the guy and I said, it's a serious thing in my family. Like, we don't play around. We gonna show up and we gonna be there because we have experienced domestic violence at its worst in my family. Now I was a baby. I was probably 2 years old when it happened with my auntie, for example. But to this day, whenever I talk about my auntie, I always say I was robbed. I feel robbed of a relationship with my auntie, and to be able to love her, know her, and laugh with her like I do with my other aunties and my uncle. And what happened a couple days ago, woke me up. My phone was going off in the middle of the night, and I didn't pick it up. And then I woke up the next morning. I was like, what in the hell is all this? What is this? Why is there 1,000 messages? And why is this? What's going on? And, of course, I contacted my loved one. I wanted to make sure they were safe. Of course, they were safe because my family rallied around them and showed up. But a lot of people don't have that. They don't have a close family who can show up, who gonna drop, there's people who are born, there's people who are raised in foster care. They don't have nobody but a foster family and friends. There's people in totally different situations in life. But my family showed up, and I'm thankful for that. But I get angry just like you, anybody. You know, I can yell and scream. You know, I was just yelling. You know, I was doing a live video yesterday where I was talking about the whole thing with the Border Patrol. And trust me, before I pressed the go button to go live, I was yelling, screaming. I mean, I said that in the video, and I mean it. I genuinely mean it. I was like, up. My blood pressure was through the roof. But you know, I would just say to the men that are out there, because the domestic violence has both ways. Let's be clear, it happens both ways. Women hit no men, men hit no women. It happens both ways. You know, I know my way when I'm really upset. For me, I want to move. I want to like get out of the situation. I want to like leave. I want to like leave and just give me like an hour to cool down. You know, I'm gonna read that comment in a second. I saw it come up. I gotta stop. I'm about to go to McDonald's. But I was gonna talk like me. I gotta leave when I'm upset and if I'm having a fight. You know, I'd rather just leave the house, go for a walk, calm down, and then we can come back and maybe we can address the conversation. But then a lot of times what happens is the other person wants to deal with it right now, but I'm not ready for the right now, and it's tough. And like when I had the conversation with the guy, I said, look, man, because I can relate. I understand, like, it's issues with, you know, the guy has issues with you know, he's going through baby mama drama on one side, and he got a relationship problem on this side. He got a lot going on. I get it. And what I said is just like, you know, I tried to talk to him without yelling. You don't need to throw more more fuel on the fire. Let's just talk man to man. Let's just talk. And what I said to him, I said, you realize when you get with somebody, you know, and especially if you're going to bring another human into this world, it comes with their family. It comes with everything else that comes with it. People going to want to see this baby. People going to want to interact. But when you choose to be with somebody, you're trading off things. Everybody has a trade-off. There's somebody you're going to love, like there's this TikTok going around I saw where it's like somebody, like, look at this guy who's eating chicken, and it just pisses you off because they eating chicken. And it's a nothing thing, but it's like you're gonna be trading off, whether it be a man and a woman, man and woman, you know, blah blah blah. It doesn't really matter. You trading off issues that you're prepared to deal with one person, but you're not prepared to deal with the stuff with another person because maybe they bring something else that you just love and you gotta have. And so you gotta be ready to have these change offs. You're gonna have disagreements because you're not gonna be, you know, you're not gonna be sleeping with yourself. So you sleep with somebody else who has their own thoughts, their own opinions. You got to value that. And I find somebody that's prepared to do domestic violence. I'm not saying have an argument. People have arguments, but I'm talking physical domestic violence to the point where it's really bad. Is, you know, they're narcissistic. They're controlling, and you want things your way. And that's what this person was that, you know, you can't have it your way every way. You know, go to the, you know, you just go. You know, I just worry that people get trapped in domestic violence situations and have no way out. And you have a way out, and you do. It's just the courage, and you got to tell somebody, and you shouldn't be ashamed to tell somebody that you are going through it, you know, having a hard time. I have bad days like everybody else, man. I'm talking about stressful days. You know, I've had days, woof. I've had days. Sometimes it takes years to leave your ex, you know, because you love somebody and you know who they were. But you're still living off the interest of who they were and not who they are. You know, people change over time. We're all going around the sun together, but we're all growing and changing and going through the human experience. But you can't get stuck on who they were. You always have to look at who they are. But you know, there's some stock, there's something there that's grown while they're there. Man, look at this queue at McDonald's. I remember during lockdown when McDonald's was closed. That was crazy. But let's get back on topic of domestic violence. You know, I'm not sitting there saying you're gonna be in a relationship tomorrow with somebody and not have a fight. You're gonna have a fight with somebody. You're just going to disagree. You're just going to. Somebody's gonna want to have McDonald's, and somebody's gonna want to have Burger King, and that's just how it is. My friend is in a situation like that, but is scared of being on her own and not in a relationship. Yeah, and that's the thing. You get scared. You know, I'm talking to the guy, and while I'm talking to him, you know, he mentioned like, I didn't want to do this or do that, and it's like, you know, if I wanted to hurt her, you know, I got a Glock 45 upstairs, and I understand what he was trying to say, but him not realizing saying that he has the gun in the house is scary. It's like, whoa, you know what I mean? Whoa, and you know, I understood what he was trying to say, but it was scary when he was saying it. You know, he's like, oh, I got the gun upstairs. I really wanted it. But that was, you know, the conversation was calm. And, you know, I sympathize to a degree with his stress level that he's in. But I'm not calling him out. Whether he sees this video or not, I'm not calling him out. I don't hate the guy. I'm not angry at the guy. I told him, don't put your, you know, at the end, we had a civil conversation the whole time. At the end, I said, hey, I'm going to tell this once. I'm going to tell you now. At the end, this was at the very, very end, after like an hour on the conversation. Last 10 minutes, I said, hey, I'm gonna tell you now, don't you ever put your hands on such and such, or I'm coming, period. You're gonna have major problems. But, you know, it was civil the rest of the time. I talked just like I'm talking now the whole time. But at the end, I gotta say, look, man, we showing up. You know, we went through, my family has gone through the extreme of domestic violence. You know what I mean? We've had a loved one shot and killed, and we ain't trying to have that again. One second. Exactly. Let me get to some of these comments. They kind of flying in. Now I'm kind of stopped at this McDonald's queue. So I'm going to start at the top. Domestic violence are in physical or emotional, psychological. Domestic violence as in physical. That's what that was. It was physical. My ex and me used to have arguments, and he hit me a few times. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Carly. It shouldn't be hitting you. It's fine to have arguments. People gonna have arguments. It can cause destruction down generations, and the 50s was still something kept quiet by society. Yeah, you know, people kept abuse quiet. They kept it internal, and nobody should have to live like that. So I have to stress highly to, if you're going through that, if you find yourself in that, seek help. Talk to somebody. Just talk. Let someone know. Let someone you know what's going on. These things do not start with physical violence. It's usually being verbal and diminish the victim's sense of self. It's all about power control. Exactly. It's all about me trying to win over you and exert my dominance over you. And you say, and I read that comment, I say, man, that's exactly what I tried to explain to this guy. It was like, from my interactions with you, a lot of times I feel like you're trying to control everything, and you can't control everything. You know, you just can't. Man, this McDonald's parking lot is packed. Let me keep getting to these comments. It is very hard to leave somebody in a domestic violence situation, Carly. I agree. I understand that it can be hard because, like I said earlier, I just said a few seconds ago, I believe you're loving and trading on the stock of who they were and not recognizing who they are today. And that is important. We always have to try to look at what the picture is today, you know. And that took me a while. I say that took me a while with the mother of my children. Was, you know, and I'm not saying it was violent like that. I'm just saying, like, I just couldn't believe like what was happening. Like, for the longest. I mean, for the longest, I was like, somebody was like, "Oh, you should go to court." And I was like, "Why do I need to go to court? I'll just, you know, talk to her. You know, like, what are you talking about?" And for years, I was just always on the, like, what are you talking about? Like, you know, she loved me like last week. Like, only this week she hate me. Like, you know, this will pass. It took me like a long time to be like, well, nah, this is not like, you know, Carl, like, she is different. You got to accept who she is, not who she was to you. And, once I realized that, things for me have been fine. But I'm not in a domestic violence. I'm just talking about on the context of who they were and who they are. My friend is in a situation like that, but is scared of being on her own and not in a relationship. She can't be, you gotta, I believe you gotta love the company of yourself first. Jesus Christ, let me cut this beeping off. Cannot imagine the children caught up in the situations, absolutely horrendous for them, safe places for the men. Now, luckily, there were no children around when this happened. Yes, one sec. Yeah, can I get, I might as well, let me get 2 Dr. Diet Cokes.
Medium or large?
Just regular. Just regular. That's it, really.
Anything else?
Nah, I don't think so. Nah, I'll just do that. I got a long drive. I might as well get 2.
Anything else?
No, ma'am. Nothing else. Thank you.
Next minute then, please.
Thank you. Man, maybe I get some fries. Nah, I ain't get no fries. Exactly. You're a survivor, not victim. We do need to change the language. Language is important about the words that we use, Don't call yourself a victim. Call yourself a survivor of it. And I think that has a positive way of looking at it, in the same that you were brave. Where victim is like, I don't, don't get me wrong, it's a tough topic. Domestic violence is a very tough topic. It's hard to be PC in it, but it's also something we should address. Now, I also wrote in here, I said slash. If you look at the thing, it says domestic violence / violence. Well, in America, what just took place, right? We just had a mass shooting again. 10 people have just lost their lives, white supremacists. And what could be done about it? It's a topic, it's a video that I probably need to do a little bit longer on, do a proper video and post that. I'll probably get a lot of heat about it, because I support, the right to carry guns. I just do. Yeah, you can't blame yourself, Carlin. I support the right to carry. But at the same time, it's a tricky slope, because it's like, the argument is you need a good guy to take on a bad guy with a gun, but it's like you never know who's going to be the bad guy, and it's a tricky situation. So you guys, for those that have been on my channel, when I was driving to Vegas, we had a weapon on us for sure. So we're gonna have it. We're gonna have it on us. And as I think about it, one of my closest friends, he ended up having to use his, and he saved somebody. There was a guy in a club, shooting up a club, and was standing over a guy, getting ready to finish him off. And my friend shot him from across the room and and finished him off. And so there's a good guy with a gun to stop a bad guy with a gun. So, it's a tricky thing, man. It's a tricky thing. But America has issues when it comes to gun violence. And I don't know if there's an easy solution for gun violence, because I know everybody thinks everybody has a gun in America, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It's just that a few people have so many that the statistics play out that everybody has one. And so that's how that is. Let me see. Education. But let's be clear, you can be education is one thing, right? But Elon Musk once tweeted, and I just saw this the other day, I can't believe I'm quoting Elon Musk. He says you can still be an idiot with a degree. You can still, just because you have a degree don't make you a genius. You can still be an idiot. You can be a useful idiot at that. Now I have 2 degrees, so I'm a double idiot. I got 2, engineering and a business degree. And I don't think I'm any smarter than anybody else, to be honest with you. I don't, you know, to this day, I'm like, how the hell did I get an engineering degree? I barely made it out, but I passed. I got it. And mine's assigned by Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's the best part. He was the governor when I got mine. So my diploma says Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love it. The governators on my diploma. Let's see here. Just wallet out. Yeah. Man, yesterday I found 20 pounds in my pants. My trousers. I was so thrilled. I was so happy. 1 second. Let me pull up. Now I'm going to read Carly's and VC's comment. 1 second. 1 second. Tough issues today, Carl. Choices and consequences. Yeah, it's a tough conversation here. Don't know what the solutions over there with your guns. Think you have too many in circulation to be sorted, to be honest. It's just too many in circulation. Thank you, Kelly. You have a great day as well. There's just too many guns in circulations. What can you do about it? So maybe people are, you know, I don't know, you know, could you buy back all the guns? But then how many guns, you know, I know Australia did something like that back in the early 2000s or late 90s. But we talking like hundreds of millions of guns. You know, this would turn into like some several billion-dollar buyback. I mean, it would, now why would I come to how are we doing? Why would I come to McDonald's to get some Diet Coke? Thank you, sir. I don't need the carrier. Thank you. Why would I come to McDonald's to get a Diet Coke? Because it's cheaper than going in the store, actually. That's why. That's why. That's why. That's why I will come to McDonald's and get just 2 Diet Cokes. Gotta save the pennies somehow. I'm always looking after the pennies. Let me go. 1 second. This is a narrow escape. So I'm not sure what we're supposed to do in America, but this is going to be a hate crime, specifically on this gun violence. It's sad that we still live in a world. We live in a world where people really still, to this day, want to judge somebody off the skin color, of how they look. Something that you had no choice in, I had no choice in, and yet you believe, not you, but you know, there's people out there who believe they are better than somebody else because of something they had no choice in. It's crazy. It's asinine. It's asinine. And I just don't understand why people, I struggle to understand why people care so much. Like why, you know, like I watched this YouTube video yesterday. Some black guy, he's a prankster channel, but he like went to the most racist city in America, somewhere in like Arkansas. And then he interviewed the current Grand Wizard, the leader of the KKK. And I watched the video and it was good. It was kind of funny, it had its fun parts, but I thought he missed something. In the sense that he had a chance to change hearts and minds, to try to. You'll never change it. You'll never change it. But to at least have a proper conversation instead of really belittling him. Because I learned a new word, a nunce or something like that. I never knew what a nunce was until I heard him say it last night. Yeah. I learned that yesterday. But we live in a world where people really think they're better than somebody because of the skin color, or sometimes because of the religion that they believe in. The religion you believe in, you have there were a few mass shootings when I was in America, just a couple. So there's one like almost every week, but they don't call them mass shootings per se. Now this one is an act of terrorism, racial hatred. So that's why this one's getting all the news. There's a guy who literally went out black people to kill them. Why? Because of the skin color. And it is crazy. It is crazy. It is crazy. Not even just color. they see the Top Gear guys in Alabama, they got run because of the other stuff written on their cars. It looks scary. Am I doing the quiz tonight, Carly? Woof! I don't know if I'm doing the quiz tonight, actually. I might go play poker tonight. That's something I like to do when I haven't done. I might, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to do I'm 50-50 on the quiz. You guys, you know, Carly knows how to do the pub quiz, which is usually really fun. But tonight I think I'm going to go do something different. Go hang out and play some poker. So yeah. It's Sunday, enjoy your day. I just want to get on for a little bit. I'm not going to take up a lot of your time. I just thought I would address domestic violence real quick, have a discussion about what took place in America the other day in Buffalo, New York. Just tell people to seek help if they're in an abusive relationship. In the sense that you have some entitlement. You don't have that as a right. Let's just let people be happy. Everybody, you know, whether you're white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, Latin, Romanian, Russian, everybody trying to do the same thing on this earth. And just be happy how they want to define it. What religion you believe in, people just trying to be happy. Maybe have a family, have some friends, have a barbecue, eat what they want, and just make some memories. Quit trying to think you better than somebody. So that's that. Yeah, nice Sunday though. Full stop. No man hits a woman, and vice versa too. Can't say it any better than that. You don't put your hands on me, and guess what? I won't put my hands on you. You know, and that's how it has to be, man. That's how it has to be. Don't be putting your hands on people. Don't be putting your hands on people. Just find a way to release that negative energy. Because boy, I'm telling you, man, I done had plenty of fights. I mean, I'm talking like, woof. You know, mother of my, I don't like using baby mama, but the mother of my children in California, you know. Man, plenty of times, man, angers me. Now to this point, like I try not to go down to that, you know. But you know, I get angry just like anybody else in this world. Excuse me, like anybody else. But the key is to try to elevate, not fall into the trap, or not become what they believe you are to be. Be better, you know. Try to be better. But I'm telling you, the other day, boy, when I went live about that border patrol, man, I was screaming. You should have saw me the night before, boy. Woof! I mean, yesterday I was screaming so much before I went live. I had to pull over, get some headache medicine. My blood pressure was through the roof. I was almost about to pass out because I was so hot. Because this lady's living in my head rent free. And it's just, somebody told me in the comment of the video, just let it go. And I'm trying to, like, I gotta try it, but it's hard when you feel violated by the state. But that's another topic for another video. But I'm gonna sign this video off. We're hitting about 30 minutes. I didn't want it to be a long thing. I'm driving in on this beautiful Sunday day. Sun is out. I'm gonna go enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoy your Sunday. And I will see you guys on the next one. Stay tuned to see if I go to the pub quiz tonight. That's usually a lot of fun when we go live on the pub quiz. So stay tuned. Let's see what we do. Have a great day, Louise. Talk to you later. See you later. Stay safe out there. Yeah, VC, I've never been to Buffalo. I've been in New York. I've been in New York, but I've been to Buffalo. I've only been in New York now. Ciao. All right, this is gonna end 3.